father for help. Suddenly, this nurse showed up, and I recognized that familiar Caribbean accent. She started praying with conviction, and she said with authority in her voice, "With conviction, you are saved," she said to me. She disappeared, and then these two young doctors showed up, each holding a hand of mine. I felt like a child, like the Lord was guiding their actions. That nurse showed up again as they were preparing me. And I looked straight into her eyes, her huge eyes, as she was praying in that authoritative voice. I was staring into her pupils as everything went black. Suddenly, I felt this soft, white, beautiful, glowing light over me. I was smiling and excited. I was actually giggling, communicating to something, and I felt so happy. My hand glided over to my left breast and thought, oh, I have my breast. And then my awareness became to here, on this plane, back to this reality. By the way, I tried looking for that nurse. No one's heard of her. No one's seen her. My breast specialist never found her. Doesn't know what I'm talking about. Very interested indeed. By the cancer, growth was aggressive. HER2 triple negative. My body was young, and the cancer took charge. I had 9 lymph nodes out, and chemo, it broke me. It broke my mind, body, and spirit. I remember distinctly one incident when I was trying to concentrate on the Supreme Father, and I just couldn't. I felt like a zombie. I had no thoughts. It was weird. I had to rebuild from each level. Each cell was crying. It was tough, sad, scared. It brought me to my knees. The psychological pain was difficult. Looking into the mirror, I couldn't recognize myself. Losing my hair, I felt anger. I loved my hair, and I was torn. I knew I would lose my hair. I was prepared. But when the time came, I was not prepared. In a sweep of 3, all the hair was gone. I never knew or paid attention to having hairs in places that we wouldn't think about. Well, let me tell you, not having hairs in your nose meant that my nose dripped all the time. One night, I went to brush my teeth, and I couldn't. My gums bled, so I used my finger as my toothbrush. I couldn't taste. Everything tasted like metal. My stomach felt upset most of the days, and the list went on. My body, my organs, my cells were crying. But it was also that time I had the opportunity to grow. Time to strengthen my connect to the higher power, my Father. I kept positive done it without my family's support. My husband loved me exactly the way I am, or I was. They were amazing, my heroes, my iron shield. My brother was like a soldier. No one was allowed to entertain a negative thought. And during chemo sessions, my entire family accompanied me, including my husband making his way from California. I was fed nutrients every 2 hours when my stomach was in agreement. I never for one moment considered dying. I felt it was just a major bump in the road. A new day is coming. This was the key to my success. Never consider it a negative thought. At the time of diagnosis, I was not aware. My brother was conducting a worldwide research for alternative help. He was convinced that there was more than just Western medicine for me. There I was, on the start of an amazing journey. At first, I was skeptical. Could it be true? Miracles? Logical and illogical minds were in conflict. It was not scientifically possible, I would think. And then part of me felt an excitement within. 3 weeks later, after my last radiation treatment, I was on a plane with my brother to an unknown little remote area called Abujamra, located off central Brazil, to a well-researched, documented phenomenon taking place. Here's a man known as the Miracle Man of Brazil, John of God. No logical explanation. His name is João Teixeira de Faria, and is one of the most powerful mediums alive, and must rank one of the most powerful psychic surgeons of this 21st century, absolutely. His body is being used as an instrument for the spiritual entities of light to incorporate, giving himself to healing others and serving others. As the car pulled out on this unassuming red brick road, I began to feel different. I was nervous and shaky, but in anticipation. This center is known as Casa Dom Ignacio, named after Saint Ignatius of Loyola. I remember the first time walking to the casa, I sensed this peaceful, sacred quietness. There was a stillness in the air that speaking sounded like noise to my ear. This area is one of the highest energy field they have around, and it's built on rich in natural quartz, these crystals, which is also a very high source of energy. This place is magical. I can't seem to find the words to express what one feels here. Your thoughts, your emotions. It's like worry doesn't exist. There's a definite presence. And its feeling of unconditional love cannot be overcast. Most of the healings performed by Medium João are invisible. Demonstrations of visible surgeries, operations, are specifically performed to enable people to see the entities of light at work. Imagine witnessing a physical surgery, no anesthetic, and a few drops of blood falling on your white garment. How is this possible? I have witnessed this thousands of times. My definition of normality was redefined. Something happened in Abishania for me, to my mind, to my body, to my soul. My spirit was excited, dancing and overjoyed. I understood as to why I got sick in the first place. I connected, strengthened my bond to the higher source. I felt like a child, innocent and happy. I know I'm being taken care of. I know I'm truly loved, and I really have nothing to worry about. I had the opportunity to forgive myself for the contribution to the disease, the dark, cryptic thoughts, the guilt I felt for wasting so many precious youthful years on weak emotions. I felt the entities of light working on me, and I am of absolutely surety that I was diagnosed for a reason. This is where I'm supposed to be. My perfect crooked path. My life began. My truth, my essence, Father nudging his child. So I conclude today that this is my story. I own this story. And what is my message? My message is loving myself, loving yourself. And it's not just simple words, it takes a while. It took me years to fall in love with me. This is the key to self-esteem and confidence, making us less dependent on someone else for our happiness. Loving ourselves exactly the way we are, with all our little imperfections. We are beautiful exactly the way we are. We are individually unique, made in the image of the Most High God. We are special. We are loved. We are